12月の12日、今週も始まりました。皆様、Cardano Radio。いやー、本当にサンティの先週の話、やばいですね。ちょっと SPO の方は必見ですよ、スーパーノード。ね、もっとね、深掘りしていろいろ、4 episodes ってことなのでね、4週、ゲストに来ていただこうと思ってますので、ね、今週もまた、TxPipe のね、ファウンダーの、サンティをここで、呼んでみたいと思います。皆さんまたね、メッセージも受けてますので、ashradio@gmail.com、ashradio@gmail.com までね、どしどし、どんなゲストを呼んでほしいかとかもね、あると思いますので、ぜひぜひメッセージよろしくお願いいたします。さあ、じゃあ、ここでもう一度呼んでみましょう。Hey, Santi, thanks for coming on again.
Yeah. Thank you for having me back. Very glad to be here.
Yeah, sorry, I think I put you on mute for a second and I couldn't hear you, but now I can hear you. Thanks a lot. Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, so we talked about, the introduction, and we went a little bit depth about the Supernode, but, wow, it is really, really, really interesting, and, I really hope, not only Japanese people, but like all the SPOs around the world, I hope they tune in and listen to this episode too, because, wow, it's great. And, I won't do much more of the talking, and I'll pass the mic to you so you can carry on from here.
Yeah, thank you. I'm also very excited about the Supernode. I think that it's something that it's missing in the ecosystem. It's all about simplifying operations. And from the perspective of an SPO, and depending on the time of the year and how ADA price is doing, but it makes sense at some point for SPOs to start expanding into new revenue streams. Mm-hmm. I'm guessing that most SPOs that have gone through the process of running a Cardano node would like to explore adjacent workloads that you could add to the same infrastructure, trying to reuse the stuff that you already have running, and at the same time increase potential revenue streams. But if you have to go through 5-week learning course of how to run each of these things and go through several pages of documentation and understanding all of the little nuances, that most of the time is an entry barrier that will just make SPOs give up. With Supernode, and I want to emphasize that this is not something that we sell. It's not a product that we sell. Here, this is an open source tool that you can install on top of your own infrastructure. But hopefully with this tool, that effort, that entry barrier, it's minimized. I think I'm really excited, and hopefully we'll get several SPOs to try it out in the next few weeks and months.
Yeah, sounds great. So basically, you guys are already, starting out the demonstration period. And so if, for example, like I am very interested, and if I want to, let's say, start out with the Supernodes, how would I tackle it? Where do I start?
Yeah, so you can go to supernode.build, mm-hmm. and there you'll get a little bit more detail of what I've been describing, how it works, mm-hmm. and what options you have regarding technology and where you can deploy it, which, by the way, you can do it on self-hosted infrastructure if you want to run your own hardware, but you can also deploy it to cloud providers. That's your call. But at some point, you will find a way to register into the private beta. That's a waiting list, and we're trying to gather interested operators and people wanted to try it out, and we'll be giving them an invitation to run it and to hopefully give us some feedback so that we can improve the tool as we move forward. And in a few months, we'll just open it for everybody that wants to run it. We've been internally running it on our own infrastructure from TxPipe, and so far it's looking really promising.
That sounds really good. So, well, definitely, I think I'll be making one of the first calls to you. That's for sure. Yeah. So,
Nice.
so with TX, not TxPipe rolling out with Supernodes and everything, and with the partnership you guys are having, and I don't want to go too much ahead because we still have two more weeks. But what's your like not a future vision, but a close vision, like a roadmap for like 2026 in general to be close by?
From the TxPipe perspective, we want to focus on two things. One is getting out the Supernode, but also TX3, which is a framework for building the apps, which hopefully we get to talk a little bit about it. Those are the two main things that we want to focus, but they all are part of the same mission, which is making Cardano an ecosystem with great developer experience that onboards new developers to fix real world problems. That's the hope.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well,
what we
yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. No. But as I mentioned, Supernode it's already in beta, so you can try it out. And I'm not sure. Have you coded before? Have you attempted to build something in Cardano, sending a transaction at any point in time? Just curious.
Yeah, I have, but I'm not like the super programmer type. So if I say I program, then people will be like, "How much do you do?" So maybe think of me as like a third grader programming. But I got all the basically I need the documents to start out with because I don't have the background as a programmer. But yeah, I did all my building the Cardano node and everything, and it was really hard at the beginning. But I've been doing that for only still short time, but 3 years. So slowly but surely building my knowledge as I go through.
Yeah, that's great, and it's an uphill, to be honest. Even for professional developers, I think that Cardano and the UTXO model, it's not hard to comprehend, but you also need to have the correct tools and the correct level of abstraction, which I think that's the main problem. For example, in the UTXO model, everything revolves around, no surprise, the concept of a UTXO, which you can think of a UTXO as a little bit of information that can be consumed only once, and that it also holds some value. And everything that we know as the app in the ecosystem revolves around sending transactions that consumes UTXOs and generates new UTXOs. And those transactions have to follow a specific set of rules for how to consume UTXOs and what the output UTXOs look like. Those are the smart contracts. We call them validators in Cardano. The thing that runs on chain and says, okay, this transaction, it's okay. It's following the rules of the app, so we allow it to go through. So these UTXOs get consumed and new UTXOs get produced. That seems simple enough, but when you try to actually do something, let's say I want to make a swap in a DEX, it becomes a little bit tricky. You have to model your application in a way that fits into this UTXO paradigm. And that's not easy. And I think it's the problem is that UTXOs is too low level, and we need a higher level of abstraction for dealing with the chain. That's where TX3 comes in. The idea of TX3 is that it's a new language. In particular, it is called a DSL because it's a domain-specific language, meaning that it's a language that it's not general purpose. It's not like saying Python or Rust or TypeScript, but rather it's a language that it's specific for a use case. In this particular use case is describing UTXO transactions. So you have this new language which instead of trying to give you this low-level primitives at the UTXO level, it tries to go a little bit higher in the abstraction and represent things in terms of intents. So if you, let's give the example of the DEX. Let's say that you want to make a swap. In that scenario, the intent is, I want to exchange one token for another. Another intent could be, I want to add liquidity to this pool. Those are intents that represent the objective of the user. They are described in terms of what a user does. If we could provide tools for the developers to represent the apps at that level and make all of the lower level things like how to map those intents into UTXOs and implementation details, something that gets automatically solved by the tooling and the framework, we are in a much better position for developers to come in and try to solve things without having to learn all of the little nuances of how to construct transactions and how to model things into the UTXO level. That's what we're trying to accomplish with TX3. And so far, I think it's going really well. We've been mapping a few of the existing Cardano protocols ourselves, meaning TxPipe. It's kind of doing reverse engineering of what it's already running on chain, and we're expressing those things into the TX3 framework. And at the end of the day, what you end up having is something that resembles a lot like a Web2 API. So maybe you've had a little bit of experience if you wanted to, I don't know, I want to make a payment with Stripe, or I want to send a package with some shipping company, or I want to ask Google Maps for the directions to a specific place. For those things, you will obviously interact with some sort of API on the web, and we see that as very natural. And it's not rocket science. It's something that you just read a spec. You know that this API has this method, and that method says, I want to send a package, for example, and that's it. You make a call with some tooling or some client. That Web2 experience of just calling an API and getting things executed is a lot like what TX3 gives you once you model this the apps from the perspective of user intents.
Oh, nice. You know, I'm following through. I'm learning as I go. So I'm sorry. My reply is a little bit slow, but yeah, that's amazing. Yeah. I mean, if that rolls out too, then things will be definitely much smoother. So, I'm really excited about this. And you said, you're working on the TX3 right now, and what are you planning to roll this out sometimes next year, or what's your roadmap on that?
It's already open source, so you can start using it right now. You can go to GitHub. The org is called TX3 Lang, as in language. Hopefully, maybe we can share a little bit of the links afterwards, but in there you will find the documentation on how to get started with TX3. And you not only get this language that I was describing, but you also get very nice tooling around it. Like you get a way to bootstrap a development network in your local machine. You get a way to test your transactions. You get a way to explore the chain and interact with your protocols and the apps right from your development machine. And it gives you overall a very nice and friendly experience during development. So I really invite anyone in the audience that is willing to try out the developer experience in Cardano to give it a try and hopefully to give us any feedback.
Great. I won't be able to put it on the live radio itself, but we have the archives. So when I upload the archives, I'll make sure to put all the links So everybody listening, please, click on the links and, check out the GitHubs and all the fabulous stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, a lot of learning to do. And, I'm glad I'm doing this at morning time, in Japan, because if it was in the evening, then, my brain would stop working. But so far, so good. I'm still following it. Wow. So,
Nice.
yeah, but it's amazing, how your brain works, because, you got Supernode and you got TX3 and you got other things going on. How do you actually, of course you got a great team and stuff, but how do you tackle everything all at once? It's amazing.
We've started some time ago, so it's a work in progress for the last 5 years, and we're kind of reaching the point where everything clicks, and we're really happy for that. We started initially with one open source project, which is currently one little piece of all of the tooling of framework that I'm describing.
Mm-hmm.
And right after we asked for Catalyst funding, and we were very happy to get some funding and move forward. And slowly and piece by piece, we created this set of tools that right now become a whole framework in the sense of what I was describing with TX3. But it's about trying to fill in the gaps and putting everything together in something that makes sense from the developer side. But to be honest, it's not easy. Open source as a whole, it's a very tough way to do things. There is no easy business model around open source. But I'm confident that it's the right way to go in software. Thankfully, the ecosystem has some mechanisms to fund this type of work. And so far, we've been very lucky, and we've been able to work with a nice team on this different tools.
Yeah, sounds great. So, with last week we talked about the Supernode. We carried on a little bit this week about Supernode, and we got in depth with TX3. So next week, I don't know what we're going to talk about, but I'm really excited to bring you back again. So thanks a lot for joining us this week again, and I'll talk to you next week, Santi. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a nice one.
Wallets, adoption, and in play. Cardano grows stronger with each passing day. Governance voting, treasury flows. Chain hard fork, the community knows. DeFi's alive, liquidity streams. Cardano's building real world dreams. ADA, we rise on your wings. From blockchain roots to real world things. DeFi governance, midnight align. Cardano's vision, the future defined. DJ for stability, Indigo's right. USDA coming just decentralized. Decks are trading, pools stay deep. Stake, delegate, rewards to keep. Midnight with dust, protecting the right. Privacy balance with laws in sight. Identity verified, freedom intact.